So in the last class, we have seen the Linux commands like head command, tail command, and grep command. And even we have seen about the VI editor. Today, let us move to the next commands, that is networking commands. Networking commands in Linux. We are having the networking commands like ifconfig. The use of this command is used to display the IP address of Linux operating system. Use it for what purpose? To display IP address of Linux operating system. Just to use the command at your $ifconfig. Now let me show this. For this, first of all, we have to launch the instance. Go to this EC2 instances. Start instance. Connect. Copy this command. Go to the folder where we are having keypads. Right click and say show more options. Open git bash. Paste. So let us go with the commands. The first one, what is the commands we are discussing? Networking commands in Linux. The first one, ifconfig. So the use of ifconfig is used to display the IP address of your Linux operating system. Now, if you see this, see what is the IP address of this one? 172.31.43.232. So this is the IP address where your Linux is running. Now let us check. Use the command ifconfig. Here, it's going to show the IP address for us. See here, 172.31.43.232. Now, the next one is ping command. Ping. Command. The use of this ping command is used to check for the connectivity. Use it for what? To check for the connectivity. For example, you can say $ping. I want to know whether we are able to connect it to internet or not. So for that one, I'm checking with a website like irctc.co.in. Any website. You can take one more example like ping www.google.co.in. Ping www.amazon.com, like this. So you can check it here. Ping www.irctc.co.in. So if it is giving this one, okay, if it is receiving some packets, that means it has connected properly, right? It will be keep on going, and sometimes it's going to stop, or you can even press Ctrl+C to terminate. Okay, so similarly we can check ping www.amazon.com. See, it's giving here it's going to show the information like how many bytes it's receiving from server. Okay, Ctrl+C to terminate. Now if you write ping some address, like I'll say 170.20.1.2, some address 1.1 or 1.2. Okay, so it's unable to connect here. See here, it's saying zero packet loss. Zero packet loss means it's unable to connect to this machine. Okay, when it is unable to connect to the machine, we get what here, see, 0% loss. Got it? So if it is giving some information like 56 bytes of data, means it is able to connect to the respective site. Now, if you are getting 0% packet loss, means it's unable to connect to the site here, because there is no IP with this number whatever I have given over here. Okay. Now to terminate, Control C. Clear this ping command, all of you. Right? I can check $pin some address 170.20.1.2 some address. Now we are running one more command, wget command. The use of this wget command is used to download files from internet. Use it to download the files from internet. So for that one, we use the command wget, and we are to paste the URL from where you can download the file. So for example, I want to download Eclipse software, a zip file I want to download on our machine. So open search engine and you can search for Eclipse IDE download. Go to the downloads folder. Here I want to go with the download packages, and let me take the link here. Right click and say copy link address. So what you have to do, whichever the file you want to download, you have to click on the link and say right click and say copy link address. So this is the address what we need to use in order to download this Eclipse JEE 202506 some zip file. Okay, this zip file I want to download. So what I need to do here, use the command wget paste your link here. So whatever the link we have copied now, we have to paste it and press enter key. Then see, if you say ls-l, see, a file got downloaded here. A file got downloaded. So by using this wget command, we can able to download the file onto your machine. Right? Now, the next one. We're running one more command, curl command. The use of this curl command is used to send HTTP request. Use it to send HTTP request to server. Use it to send what? HTTP request to server. Now, let us check for one REST API. So let us check for one sample REST API. You can check like this. Sample REST API is for testing. Just search in Google, sample REST API for testing. And you can go with this one like REST API, anything, any link you can use, REST API. And in this one, let me take this. Let me copy this API. So when we invoke this REST API, this is the result we are getting from this API, and it's showing the data in JSON format. Now from our Linux operating system, I want to invoke this REST API. So copy this, and how to invoke it? Just to use the command $cur, and this is the API what we want to invoke. So what we need to do? Check it here. Curl, right click and say paste. Press enter key. See here, same result we are getting. So we are getting the data in JSON format. Right? So whenever you want to invoke a HTTP request to a server, to send a HTTP request to a server, we are going to make use of what? Curl command. Clear? All these 4 commands, the networking commands like ifconfig, ping command, duplicate command, and curl command. Clear? Any questions up to here? Moving to the next concept here, user management. Up to now, in our Linux operating system, we are working with the user. We are working with the user. What is that user? EC2 user. So by default, whenever we have created Linux virtual machine in Amazon, it is creating one user for us, EC2 user. Right? And this EC2 user, we call it as pseudo user, means super user 2. Pseudo user means what here? Super user 2. And this is the user created by your Amazon Linux for us. Now here we want to create our own users. That is the concept of user management. See. Linux is multi-user operating system. Linux is what? It's a multi-user operating system. And this EC2 user is called as pseudo user. Even we say admin user. Simple words to say, it is what here? Admin user. Pseudo means, the meaning of pseudo means super user do. Pseudo means what here? Super user do. Now, how to check what user accounts we are having? In order to check the user accounts present in our operating system, we use the command $cat/etc/password, PASSWD. So what is the use of this command is to check for user accounts. So in order to check for user accounts, what command we are going to use? cat/etc/passwd. Let me show this. cat/etc/passwd. It's going to show one user for us, this one here, EC2 user. And this is what? It's a default user. And what is the location of this user? Where this user is available? /home EC2 user. This is the location, right? When you check here PWD, it's saying the location of this user is home/EC2 user. So whenever we create this Linux virtual machine in Amazon, in AWS, in EC2, it's going to create one default user for us, EC2 user, and it goes with the admin privileges. And this EC2 user, we call it as pseudo user. And what is this pseudo? We call it as super user 2. Okay, super user doing activities. Now we want to create our own user. We want to create a user now. To create a user. To create a user, we use the command $sudo. Sudo, it's a command, $sudo. So that means whenever we use this command, sudo means it's a admin command. So we are giving permission like an admin, sudo. You have to say user add and the name of the user. What command we have to use to create a user? $sudo user add, and what is the name of the user? The username. Right? Now you can say sudo user add and the name of the user, any name. That's it. The user has been created. Now we want to set the password. To set the password. In order to set the password, we have to use the command $sudo passwd. See the command passwd and go with the username. Go with the username. Then it will ask you new password. It will ask you new password. I'm going with Raj123 and it will ask you retype password. Retype password. I'm providing the password once again. Okay. Now, what command we have to use to give the password for this user? Sudo passwd. Go with the name of the user. Then see it's asking changing password for user Raj. New password. I'm giving the password as Raj123. It's not visible while typing. Again, it will ask you to retype new password Raj123. That's it. So it is updating the token successfully. Now the user has created. Now to check who are the users present, what command we have to use? cat /etc/passwd. We have to open this file. Present in passwd file, present in etc folder. We are opening this file where you can see the users here. You can see one more user got created, Raj. Okay, and what is the location of that? home/Raj. What is the location for this user? home/Raj. So whatever the users you are creating, that will be created in the home folder. So we are having now two users, EC2 user and Raj user. Clear? How to create users? Okay, what command we have to use to check the user accounts again? Use this same command. Right? Let me show one more time. Let us create one more user. How to create user? sudo user add. I'm going with the name Ram. Then what? Now we have to go with the password sudo passwd and for which user? Ram. It will ask for the password. I'm giving Ramu123. Retype password Ramu123. Now check for the users cat/etc/passwd. That's it. See here, you can find one more user, Ram. So we are having totally three users now. EC2 user, Raj and Ram. Right? Got it? Here. Now, to give permissions to the user, we have to give the permissions. So to check what permissions are available for the users, we are having one file called as sudoers file. Sudoers file. So what this sudoers file contains? What is a sudoers file? VISUDO. VISUDO is a sudoers file. What is the name of the file? VISUDO is what? It's a sudoers file. Now I want to open this file. How to open this file is we have to use the command $sudo VISUDO. Okay, VISUDO. Okay, so what is the use of this sudoers file? Sudoers file is used to specify, is used for what? To specify which user should act as sudo user. What this file contains, which user should act as what? Sudo user. And to see who are the sudoers, we use the command $sudo VISUDO. Check it here. sudo. What is the name of the file? VISUDO. Here. If you scroll down, you can see one user. You can see one user, see root. We are having one user root with all privileges, all equal to all privileges. All the privileges are given to this root user. Okay, right? Now I want to give privileges to. I want to make this user, that is Raj user and Rama user, as pseudo users. So to give permissions, what we need to do is we need to type here. Where is that user? This not allowing to type here. So here we should write like this: the name of the user, and we should type all equal to all. All equal to all, and say all here. This line, once we type now, then this Raj also will become a pseudo user. Okay, so it's not allowing me to type here. Let me come out. How to come out is Control X Y. Okay, Control X. It's coming out from this user. Control X. Okay, I'll check out why it's not typing. I'll check out and let you know tomorrow. It's not allowing me to type it. Let me do one more time. Sudo VISUDO. It's not allowing. Control X to come out. Okay, let me do that. I'll check it and let you know why it's not enabled, why we are unable to write here. Okay, just we need to add that line. Now, got it? How to create users? Any questions up to here?
No. Yeah.
No. Let us move to the next one. We are having one more command like delete the user. To delete the user, we use the command $sudo user del and go with the username. Go with the username. This is going to delete the user. Now, moving to the next one. Very important concept: file permissions. File permissions. Whenever you take a file, for example, if you check for the list of files, ls-l. So we are having some files here, say x.txt, abc.txt, we are having some files here. Now, see the permissions here, this one. Hyphen indicates it is a file. D indicates it's a directory, folder. Now see, rw hyphen, r hyphen hyphen, r hyphen hyphen. So these details only we call file permissions. These only we call what here? File permissions. Okay. Now, file permissions are divided into three types. File permissions are divided into three types. They are read, write, and execute. When we say read, the symbol what it indicates is R. R means read. W means write. X means execute. See here, if you check the list here, see R means read, W means write, and next one again R hyphen hyphen, R hyphen hyphen. So what is this total indicates here is file permissions are represented as below. File permissions are represented as below. So RWX, next one RWX, RWX. Okay, and the name of the file. For example, hello.txt. RWX, RWX, and RWX. So R means read, W means write, X means execute. Now in this one, first three characters will represent owner permissions. First three characters will represent what? Owner permissions. The middle three characters will represent group permissions. Group means collection of users. So we are not much worried about group users currently. Then next one, last three characters will represent other user permissions. Now, let us suppose we are creating one file. Like touch hello.txt. Or let me say well.txt. Touch well.txt. Now if you say ls-l, let me remove this one. How to remove a file? rm download this one. I'm removing the file. It's disturbing us here. Now we are having one file well.txt, and what are the permissions for this one? Who is the user? AC2. So who is the owner of this file well.txt? Who is the owner? AC2 user is the owner. So for owner, what are the permissions? Read, write. That's it. Read, write. And for group, only read. For other user also, only read. For other user also what? Only read here. Now, how to change the permissions? Now? For that one, we use the command chmod command. The use of this command is used to add or remove permissions. What is the use of this command? Used to add or remove permissions. Like examples. I'm just going with examples. $chmod u plus x well.txt. What this command is going to do? Will add execute permission. Execute permission to user. User means owner. Owner of the file. When you say you means what? User. U indicates user. I'm adding what? Plus X. X means what here? Execute. Plus means what? X means execute. So plus indicates add. Plus indicates what? Add. So for this well.txt, we are adding which permission? Execute permission. Check it here. Check it here. Now see, ls-l ls-l. See for this well.txt, what permissions we are having for user? Read and write only. Now we'll use the command chmod u plus x plus indicates add. What is the name of the file? Well.txt. Now check it here, ls-l. See for this well.txt, see what permission got added here? Execute. X indicates what here? Execute. Now for this user, I want to remove write permission. So what command we use? $chmod. For user, I want to remove write permission. Minus indicates remove. Plus indicates add. Minus indicates remove. So plus indicates add. Minus indicates remove. Right? Now, what is the name of the file? Well.txt. So what this is going to do? Will remove write permission. Write permission to user. User means owner. Owner of the file. Check it here. Chmod user -w well.txt. Check it here, ls-l c. For well.txt, we have removed C write permission. Now previously we are having write permission. Now see, write permission has been removed. Now similar way we can check all the things. I'm just giving the comments. chmod for group we are adding wx well.txt. What it means? Will add write and execute permission to group. Will add what? Write and execute permission to group. So previously for this well.txt for group we are having only read permission. Now if I use the command chmod g wx well.txt. Now check it here, ls-l c. For this file well.txt for group C, now we can see wx also. Write and execute permission are added to this group. So whichever the way you want to practice, you can practice. Chmod O. O indicates other. O indicates what here? Other. We'll say for other, we'll remove read permission. So what? Well.txt. So what this is going to do? We'll remove read permission to the user to the other user. See, remember I'm writing here U indicates user means owner of the file. G indicates group. O indicates other user. O indicates what? Other user. So for other user, which permission we are removing? Read permission. Okay. Clear with this? Any questions? What is the use of chmod command? Next concept we are having package managers. package managers. So the meaning of package is like a package means a software. Package means what? A software in Linux. The package managers are used to install softwares in Linux. What is the use of this package managers? Is used to install softwares in Linux. The package managers are specific to the Linux distributions. So I said about Linux distributions on the starting day, like we are using Amazon Linux. We're having other Linux distributions like Ubuntu, Red Hat, like that. So these package managers are specific to the Linux distributions. Meaning, if you take Amazon Linux, the package manager what we use is YUM. The package manager what we use YUM. If you take Ubuntu, the package manager what we use is APT. If you take Red Hat distribution, the command what we use is RPM. So what are the commands up to now we have discussed? That is same for any distribution, but coming to this package managers, it is different for different distributors. Distributions. So for Amazon Linux, which command we have to use? YUM. If it is Ubuntu, we have to use APT. If it Red Hat, we have to use RPM. Right? Now let us see how to install Java software in Linux operating system. Now we want to install Java software. To install Java software, so the command what we use is $sudo yum. The command what we have to use yum install what? Java -y. -y means auto approval. -y means what? Auto approval means when you are installing the software, it will ask you whether you want to install software. Yes, no. So in that message we don't want to ask. Then we use this option -y. Then to install Maven. To install Maven software, we use the command $sudo yum install. What you want to install? Maven -y. If I want to install GitHub, we'll use the command to install Git software. The command what we use? $sudo yum install Git -y. So this is the way to install the softwares. Now check whether these softwares are available in Linux OS or not. How to check? How to check here? It's not allowing to type. Yeah, it has come out. Now let us log in again. So to check whether the software is installed on our system or not, we have to check for the versions. For example, if I say Java -version, when you say Java -version, it's saying see Java command not found. If you say MVN-version, it's MVN not found. Git -version, So git command is not found, means we are not having any softwares installed in this Linux virtual machine. Now let us install Java. So when you want to install Java, we have to use which command? Sudo yum install Java -1. So when we use this command, it's going to install Java software. Let me not install this Java. Now let me install Maven directly. Maven -1. So when you want to install Java, the prerequisite, we should have Java compulsory, right? Because on Java only, Maven tool is going to work. So when we install Maven, it's going to install even Java as well as Maven also. Because Maven is dependent on Java. Maven is for dependent on Java. So when we install directly Maven, it's going to install even Java for us. Check it here. Right? It is installing the softwares. Very less time it takes to install the softwares. That's it. Done. Now check for the versions. Java -version. See, it's taking 17 version for us. Now, if we check MVN-version, it's giving the Maven version for us. It's giving the Maven version. See, when we install Maven, it is going to even install Java also. I'm keeping the note. When we install Maven, it even installs Java, as Maven is dependent on Java. Clear this point, all of you? The dependency software also it's going to install when we use this command. Right? Now to install Git, you can use the command. What is the command to install Git? Sudo yum install git -1. Okay, so it has even installed Git. To check for the version, git -version. So it's giving the Git version to us. Now we want to clone a Git repository into our Linux operating system. We want to clone. So for that one, let us open our Git repository. Let me take this repository, Spring Framework. So this is the Git repository, right? So we are having this Git repository. I want to clone this repository. So what command we have to use? $git clone, provide the address. So what command we have to use? Git clone, right click and say paste. That's it. Press enter key. It's cloning our Spring Framework. Now your complete Spring Framework project is available over here now. ls-l here. Your Spring Framework project is available. Okay, you can even open this folder, cd Spring Framework. Okay, now if you say ls-l, see you can see our files here, Spring Core project. Okay, if you say here, cd Spring Core project, ls-l, see we can see our files here. pym.xml file, src folder, target folder, right? All the files are available. Clear all of you how to install the softwares in Linux? By using m command, yum. So these are the commands we can use. Okay, to install Java, sudo yum, install Java, install Maven, install Git here. Right? So very, very important one. Please practice this. Okay. So that's about for today. We'll be learning some more new concepts in tomorrow's class. Right? Yeah. Thank you all. Please practice. Don't miss out. Thank you all.